If you've been looking for an easy way to upgrade your space without spending a fortune, this is the video for you. Today I'm taking this blank wall and turning it into a cozy aesthetic art wall, all for under $250. So whether y'all are looking to refresh your bedroom, living room, or workspace, this is a simple and budget-friendly way to transform any area in your home. I'll be breaking down everything step by step, from where I got the art, how I kept it affordable, and my best tips for making it look high-end on a budget. So stick around and let's get started. Alright y'all, so this wall has been looking pretty empty lately. I recently took down my shelves and my winter decor. Oh, and I also swapped out my rice paper lamp that was here and the record stand for this new and improved setup. Now, we're kind of just left with this open space. It looks extra bare because my ceilings are actually pretty high, so we definitely need to work on this. For me though, I couldn't just do that anyway. I knew that I needed to fill this space out in a way that feels curated, warm, and cozy without hopefully making it feel too cluttered. So the plan is to add some framed art pieces, a mix of shelving, and a few statement pieces that reflect my style. Here's what I'll be working with. I have 5 framed art prints in different sizes, a set of 3 hexagon shelves, a new skateboard which I'll eventually skate once my current one breaks, a new decorative mirror to help balance out this setup. I'm also going to be adding this bamboo lantern style wall sconce with, of course, a Govee smart bulb so I can adjust the lighting and just kind of add to that cozy vibe. But guys, full transparency, I actually haven't even measured anything out. So I'm just kind of hoping that everything fits in the way that I imagine. But before I go ahead and start putting holes in my wall, I think I'm gonna at least do a little bit of planning now that I have everything in. Let's figure this thing out. Now y'all, when it comes to putting together an art wall, choosing the right aesthetic and color palette makes a huge difference. For this art wall, I personally spent a bunch of time looking through Pinterest and Instagram for inspiration, and I just kept coming back to a mix of creams, greens, and browns. Basically earth tones that feel warm and cohesive. I wanted something that felt calm but still had personality, so I made sure that the prints worked together without feeling too matchy. And to bring in some contrast, I went with tan wood frames to keep it light, while with the mirror and the shelves a darker wood finish to just balance everything out. As for where I got these prints, Etsy and Amazon have great options, but I actually found most of mine from AliExpress. And just a quick tip, if you guys are browsing on Pinterest and find a print that you just absolutely love, you can actually trace it back from where it's sold. And that's actually how I found the names for a lot of the posters that I ended up getting. But anyways guys, now that I got everything framed and ready to go, it's finally time to start figuring out the placement and start putting this wall together. Now guys, I don't want to just start drilling random screws, so first I'm gonna actually map out the layout. A super easy trick that my mom actually put me onto is to take the paper from the inside of the frames and actually tape them to the wall. And this just kind of gives you a rough idea of sizing and spacing without having to commit right away. Since I'm trying to center everything around the mirror, I'm kind of starting with that as my middle point, and I'm just gonna kind of work outwards from there. For the mirror and shelves, I'm gonna be using nails, and I was gonna actually use command strips for the posters, but in all reality, the nail holes that are gonna be left are very tiny. And at some work, I'm gonna have to do patchwork anyways. I have some extra paint, so I'm not really worried about it. But for those that don't want to do any damage to their walls, you should definitely get a pair of Velcro command strips because they're just very easy to put up, take down, switch out the posters, and then if you're ever moving out, just peel the sticky off the wall without doing any damage. Anyways guys, once the mirror and posters are up, I'm gonna be building the rest of the wall out with the shelves, the skateboard, and of course that nice hanging lamp that I got. Once I finish all that, I'll probably just end up checking back in with you guys. Now guys, I'm not even fully finished yet, and it's already starting to come together so nicely. And as you can see, I kind of changed the layout a little bit based off how I had it on the floor. And I went for a layout that's a little bit more asymmetrical because, in my opinion, it just feels a little bit more natural instead of looking like too perfect, if that makes sense. But now that I have everything up, it's time for the finishing touches. I'm gonna be adding some small decor to the little shelves that I have here, maybe setting up a lamp for my record stand. I'm honestly just trying to make this area feel extra cozy. In my opinion, this is the part where everything really starts to come together. I'm honestly just hyped to see what I can come up with. Alright guys, before we get into the final cinematic of this finished art wall here, I feel like it's time to talk about the budget. My total for this entire transformation was $241, but if you guys are on a tighter budget, you can definitely do something similar for like $150 or even less with just a few simple swaps. The first thing is the art prints. I got 4 posters from AliExpress for just $15, plus 1 from Amazon for $10. And on the AliExpress side, that's clearly very affordable. You just have to be willing to wait about a week or 2 for shipping. Moving on to the frames, this was my biggest expense at $96. But if I'm being honest, I could have cut that cost in half if I had thrifted them instead of buying them brand new off of Amazon. The only reason I did this is simply for the convenience of it. I was able to get the frames within like 1 to 2 days. And if I wasn't in a rush to get this done, then honestly, I probably would have took my time and thrifted it and cut that cost from $96 to like maybe 20, 30. The next expense would be mounting supplies. Now in my case, I already had the nails and all the tools that I needed. So this part costed me $0, but if you guys are starting from scratch, if you wanted command strips and nails, then you can get both of those things from basically any hardware store for probably under $15. Now besides that, the other decor, of course there's the shelves, the hanging sconce light with the Govee bulb, and the decorative mirror. All of those things came up to $70 on Amazon. And then finally the skateboard and the mount, which was an extra $50 to the total. But if I'm being honest, if you guys aren't really into that, then this is probably not a cost that you guys need to add to your budget. So in total, y'all, I spent $241, but if you thrift frames, get DIY prints, or just wait for sales, you could easily achieve a look like this for a whole lot less. And remember, you don't have to buy everything at once. To be honest, building your space over time makes it way more personal, and clearly in my case, it would make it a lot more budget friendly. But anyways, guys, it's time to unveil the final look, and honestly, I'm just so happy with how this wall turned out. I mean, it literally went from completely empty to a warm, cozy, and personalized space that actually feels complete. The difference is actually insane. Before, it felt so plain and unfinished, but now it has so much character, and I feel like it really represents me. The art, the lighting, and the mix of decor all work together. Just make it all feel intentional while still being budget friendly. I mean, I just feel like this right here proves that you don't need a huge budget to upgrade your space. Whether you're decorating your bedroom, workspace, or living area, small changes like this can completely transform a room. But yeah, I absolutely love how this turned out. I'm interested to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments below. Would you try something like this in your own space? And if you want more budget-friendly home upgrades, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. I'm gonna try my best to leave all the links to everything I use in the description below, just in case you guys want to check them out for yourself. And as always, I put together a nice cinematic to just end this video off. So before we roll the cinematic, I hope you guys have a great day, and peace.
Sick of hearing that you love me like that. I'm bulletproof, but you stabbed me in my back. This heart of mine don't